We're on live, Sapika. Okay.
Yeah, see.
Hello, people. I'm on live with my pep talk, Be Spoken and Be Heard's pep talk with me, your Siddhamai, your communication coach. And hey, today I have a very special, as I already announced on my handle, that we are going to have a very special person. She is, I want to reveal her name right now because she is extraordinary person. She lives in hazardous conditions. Yes, yet she is a fighter where we hardly see in our country firefighters or fire safety officers. She is also the youngest and the only entrepreneur in the fire and safety and across India. She has also completed level 7 in safety and fire safety management from Cambridge University. Even that's first, she's the first Asian lady, right? She's literally breaking the stereotype. She has proved the world that women, yes, we women can handle that. We can, fit for any jobs, but given a chance, right? And she's a founder of Adida Empowering for Women. And she is a certified British Council certified NIBOSH fire and safety officer. She's awarded Highfield Award Body for Compliance in Fire Safety. Well, she's with us, and that's Satvika Gupta from Hyderabad, the founder of Adira Empowering Women, and she is the first firefighter for safety, fire and safety officer. Welcome, Satvika, to Pep Talk. Satvika?
Hi, hello everyone. Yeah, sorry, there has been some problem. Yeah, so thank you, Sudha. Thank you for the introduction, and hello everyone. Namaste. Yeah.
Satvika, you are quite someone because your profession, your accomplishments, everything are like out of the world and something that you are part of a male dominated profession. So how did this happen, right? How did you choose such a career?
This was actually out of my passion mostly towards it. Previously, before I started doing this, I did my BBA like a general, girl, and I even chosen the fashion designing. I did a degree in fashion designing as well. Yes, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. So back in the days, it's like, I'm sorry, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible, Satvika.
I'm really sorry, I've been getting continuous calls, so that's why I'm sorry. I'll put it on a flight.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, am I okay? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. You're perfectly audible.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So thing is like back in the days, it was, my dad who was in this field of fire and safety. 25 years ago, it was like there's no person who was even in the South India who was to even at least sell a fire extinguisher. So he used to work in one of the industries, and he thought like maybe he can start this up in South India. And that made him to come join and start this actually. So when we started up, it was just a basic refilling and servicing for the extinguisher. It's not even like directly selling of extinguishers because he didn't have any money in hand. It was like that. He used to make the business out of a scenario like we all know the good old Bata system. So that's how it started. It was like even the Jesdel when it launched, my dad was like, I'm ready. If you're ready to take two of my extinguishers, I'm ready to get enrolled in Jesdel as a client for you. It was like that. Yes. And what happened is, as a kid, I was always like, that, always girls, dad's girls and boys are mama's child. So yes. So I was always behind my dad because I truly love him to the core. Like I know how
Right.
much he struggled for me.
Right.
When I was always with my dad, I used to go on the ride. So what he used to do is like, if there is anything in and around the cities, like
Mhm.
say, the industrial areas, GD Metla, or such, anything, Mitchell or something like that, he used to take me along with him. So when I
Okay.
used to go with him, I used to see the way he used to interact, he used to speak and everything. I was like, it's just something nice. And he used to even train people, like he used to tell people how to use an extinguisher. It's not like training times, but he used to tell instructions, this is how it should be used and all. And then what happened in my into first year, my mom has undergone a minor surgery. As
Okay.
ours was a small company, there was no one else to help out my dad, frankly. So I
Okay.
thought, like, my dad was in hospital, so let me at least see something. At least
Okay.
let me do something in the office. So after
Right.
completing of my college, I used to just come sit in the office, see what all there, how the purchases are going on, how the sales, how are the clients we are dealing with.
Right.
When I was having this conversation with everyone, what happened is, like, as you have a knowledge, one of a client has requested me, why don't you give a training session to our
Okay.
staffs. I was like, okay, let me try. So I've been there, I told very well.
Okay.
On that day, I do still remember inter first year. Trust me, I don't know anything about PPT.
What,
I'm
into
not
first year?
good with computers. Yes, inter first year.
That
I
might be
don't know.
18.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
And
God.
I
Oh.
didn't know. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to make a PPT presentation also,
Okay.
because I was from Bashyam. So you know how the schools were back in those days.
Yes.
This is, I'm talking about like 2010, not now. So it was like
Right.
10 years before. So I went, I prepared charts. So my school was very good at preparing, making us
Yes.
prepare the charts and sticking them on the wall.
Projects. Projects.
Yes. So I prepared the charts. I took the charts and I was explaining how to do pass method on the charts. So for pull, push, and everything, for each and every word, I've created the charts and I was showing them.
So,
So they were like surprised. This girl, she's explaining on charts to us. So they liked it. They truly
right.
encouraged me. In fact, they paid me. They paid
Okay.
me for that. They were like, they felt it as a cuteness, because I'm a kid. So they felt it
Right.
cute, and they gave me money. And truly, it really, gave a lot of pat on my back. I really mean it.
Absolutely.
And then what happened, when I was doing my intermediate, I had this huge intention of helping my dad. It was
Okay.
not on safety, not on working, nothing. It was just like, I should help
Genuine.
my dad.
Okay.
That's
A
it.
genuine thought for your father.
Yes, exactly. So I used to always go into the business. I used to sit, I used to prepare quotations also. I started analyzing the market business analysis. I was like, isko itna quote dena chahiye, this much should
Okay.
be the price of this, and this is how you need to handle. And when I was doing my degree, in degree first year,
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed the people from IP, Institute of Public Enterprises, which is very famous in here in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, which is a Usmania University Business School.
Okay.
And I hired 20 people as a marketing executives when I was in my degree second year.
Right.
So thing is, like, when I was doing my degree only, I was like, I did BBA because I'm not good at studies. I
Okay.
don't know how I passed my fifth standard also. Till fifth, I was like absolutely fail, 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 always fail. F was constant on my progress reports.
Okay.
And from 6th to 10th, I don't know what jazz Bashyam has did on me, the school has did on me, but I completely changed. Like, my grades have improved till like 70%.
Okay.
The girl from 40% have come to 70% in the education. And
Okay.
then what happened is, like, when I was giving the the only reason why I took this BBA in my degree is because in my intermediate, again, my grades were down. I got around 68% in my intermediate. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like just pass or something. Obviously 68%
Yes.
is nothing,
I
frankly.
get that.
Yeah. So thing is, like, when I was about to choose engineering or degree, even when I was choosing degree, I was like, I'm not sure if I can clear my BCom or BSc computers or BSc honors, because I know
Okay.
I'm very bad at mathematics and science. This is not going
Okay.
to happen. So that's why I have gone through all the colleges and everything. I was like, let me do BBA, because at least I had some experience in my business. So I have that, when they were telling about the, what all subjects are there, I can relate myself. Okay, I know administration, I know decision making, I know this.
Okay.
Okay, let me do this. That's how I entered. But
Right.
I was never like, this is going to be my career. I never thought of it, because I was just
Right.
doing whatever is happening in my life. And
Right.
then all of a sudden what happened is like, when people were asking me to give more and more and more classes in degree, I was giving so many classes. By then in degree second year, I've given 150 plus classes by degree, because I
Okay.
started in my intermediate first year, if you remember.
Right. Very
So
young.
yeah, very young. So what happened, when people were doing all those things, because I joined BBA, I realized that whatever you're doing, it should be authentified. So if you're giving training, you should be you should be sure that whatever you're training is perfect, and you should be authorized to train a person. You should have that certification and proper knowledge, is what I learned out of my BBA first year, frankly speaking.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, Dad, this is not going to work out. Maybe I should try something. So what happened? My dad was like, why don't you do BE Fire? BE Fire is like
Okay.
Bachelor of Engineering in Fire.
Fire.
I was like, engineering mere se to nahi hota. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not
Okay.
going to do. So what happened? One of my dad's friend had suggested me, like, Satvika, there's something called, like general fire mein there is level 1 basic
Okay.
training ka hai. Like they didn't tell level 1, they just said 2 days ka
Basic.
course hai.
Okay.
Maybe you can try that, because you have that knowledge, maybe you can clear it out easily and you can join. So what happened, in my BBA second year, I have went to the classes. It was like, they said 2 days, but I did 2 courses, so it was like altogether 1 week, and I
Okay.
had to give 2 exams written and one on field. Like
Okay.
you should go
Practical.
on field and investigate and write. So it
Okay.
was observations. So 3 exams I topped. I was the highest scorer in the class. So
Okay.
they were like, okay, she has that experience, is what they thought of.
Right.
And I just took it light. I was like, okay, end of the day, मेरे को तो कुछ certificate मिल गया. I can give some trainings. I can help my dad. Even
Okay.
now, it was like I can just help my dad. There's nothing
Okay.
of taking that field further. I
Yes.
was like, Dad, this BBA, I don't think it's not going to work out for me. Matlab, I'm clearing the exams. It was all going good. I cleared my BBA with 75%. So I was like, in all my career, all my lifetime, this is the highest score I got. So yeah, this is good. But still, I was like, this is not my cup of tea. I don't think this is truly going to work out for me. I can't go
Right.
and work as a manager or something.
Right.
So what happened? I was like, I did my BBA from Holy Mary Business School in Hyderabad, which is in Amirpet actually, which is right next to Hamsteck Fashion Designing, which is affiliated to JNFUA, which was like just 1.5 kilometer, 1 kilometer away from my college.
Okay.
I was like, this is it. I'm going to do this. I want to be a fashion designer.
Right.
And then what happened, so I was doing my BBA third year. My dad was like, you're going nuts. So you want to do BBA third year and also fashion designing simultaneously. Both of them are 2 degrees, and
Yes.
both the results are going to come out at the same time.
Right.
I was like, yes, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. I've been to the entrance exam of fashion designing, and uske liye bhi we have the entrances, right?
Okay.
So you should see the funny part. I just got attracted to the field of fashion, but not truly didn't have any knowledge on fashion.
Yes.
I was like, when I was giving my entrance exam, it was my dad who was telling me from behind, draw the bag. Like we have a few questions like draw a handbag which you want to create on your own label. If you love Hermes or Louis Vuitton or any fashion high-end brands, whichever you want to do, but what will be your own design is the question, like Chanel or anything.
Okay.
I didn't know how to draw a handbag. I was like, I just draw a suitcase. Trust me, it's not a handbag. It was a suitcase. And I was looking at my dad, and my dad was like, I said, handle lagao, put a hashtag underneath, it will become a brand type. So I put it, and that's how I cleared my exam. And my dad was flirting with the lecturer over there so that he can save me, because she can't, catch me out. I'm getting copied from my dad.
You
So
are one such a team, you and your dad.
no, it was truly like that, you know. And by God's grace and my dad's grace, I've cleared the exam, and he paid fee for that, and I've started going to the classes. And my dad was so surprised. You were not going properly in classes. You're not attending proper classes in BBA. You used to mass bunk with your friends and go out. And even when I go out also, I used to just go for 1 hour, and I used to come back, and I used to sit in the office. It was like always, wherever I go, I used to think of office, and I used to come and sit in the office. So that's how it was. And when I was doing my fashion designing also, it was like, see, degree final year, you don't have much classes. Everyone knows this, especially BBA, BCom people doesn't have that much of classes.
Okay.
And even the fashion designing is like same. It was a 1-year degree wherein which we used to have 2 hours of classes per day. I used to even bunk those classes. Like if there are any theoretical subjects, if there is anything, fantasizing me, any good designer coming out, I would go sit. My biggest advantage is not only I'm talkative, but also my listening skills are very good. So even if I'm sleeping, it's like if I hear anything, it will get registered so well in my memory. That's my advantage. So what happened? Though I was so good, I got placed in the campus interviews of fashion designing as a consultant, as a stylist. I further wanted to do the fashion journalism. Not only that, in those BBA summer holidays, there was a few of my friends, like all of them are very good they were right now working in the film industry and all. They used to even have the training classes for photography and all. So I was the one who said, you want to earn more money through your photography classes, but it should be unique, right? I'll do one thing. I said, I will teach them how to, take the photography fashion ways. Like, so for which occasion, which type of dress should be there, for what type of photo shoot, what type of, dressing to be there, and how the makeup should be there, what is the trend, what is the forecast, what is the 90s, 80s, 70s fashion, what is different goth look, hippie look, boho look, all these kinds of looks are there. So I'm very good at those. So I was like, I'll give them training. The thing is, like, those batch people had 60% of foreigners among them. And they were so much impressed with the skills that I gave, because I was teaching them about all the Victorian fashion era and all those different kinds of fashion eras. So they were like, this is something unique, and they paid money to the photographer a lot more. They wanted to continue it further. And I got money for that sessions. I gave around 5-6 sessions. I even got money for the sessions, but I was not interested, because my sessions were there only for 1 hour. But in 1 hour, I used to give so much. Even if now also, if you Google search a history of fashion by Satvika Gupta, you will get a presentation on direct online. Because I used to
complete connoisseur of fashion, I guess.
Yes. So I gave, but I was like, I don't feel complete. I did my BBA. I'm still simultaneously taking care of business. It's like I'm not completely sitting. I'm just sitting. I'm doing, client leads. If there are any clients, I used to go attend the meetings, come back, because I used to take care of the marketings. As I said, the marketing people I have hired underneath me. So they used to come report me. So I used to be like, uska reporting lene ke liye, I don't need to go and sit every day in the office. If I go in the evening, if they give me the end of the day report, it's fine. If I tell them few tips and tricks, it's enough. I don't need to go to the offices. That was only on my mentality. But the thing is, like, when I was giving the trainings and everything, there was one very incident where that has clicked me, that has changed me to the core. Like, one of my friend, I don't want to reveal the name because she's quite popular here in Hyderabad. So thing is, like, that lady, what happened is, she was with me in the kitchen. She was preparing something. We were just hanging out just like that with a couple of other friends. So thing is, like, there has been a fire accident in her kitchen. So she's in luxury apartments. I don't want to name the apartments again. Thing is, like, she didn't have a fire extinguisher inside her house. She had the fire extinguisher in the apartment. not
Okay.
inside the apartment, but outside near the elevator, because it is mandatory rule for the high-rise building by the government.
Yes.
So they'll be having general, you
Elevator.
know, systems and all those things. That's how it all started. So what happened, that lady, she was completely in panic. Everyone ran out of the house. She was also running. I was like, just cool down. Nothing is going to happen. I was the one who, because I know very well where are the signages, where will be the extinguisher. I do know where are the locations and evacuation procedure, which made us easy. I went, I bought the extinguisher and I extinguished straight away. Within 1 minute, everything is cleared. Like, I spoke to her, I went, I bought the extinguisher because it's right outside, next to her apartment is right next to the elevator, so it was very easily handleable. So I bought, I extinguished, and everything happened in just 1 minute. So she was like, Satvika, just promise me that you're not going to tell anyone, because mera name chal jata. I was like, I came home, I said only one thing, that why she said not to tell it outside. Okay, thing is, like, very first thing, when I went down and I checked with the security guard, they will be in general having the security checklist, like when did they have any mock drills or any safety classes, or do they have any security extra fire safety person or anything like that, supervisor or something. I've checked everything. I've checked the hydrant system and everything. So when I came back, I said the complete list of inspection, whatever I had did, I have given the complete things to my dad. I told everything to my dad. And my dad was like, this is called risk assessments. Do you know this? This is also called as an inspection. The one which you did with complete everything is like inspection. The risk assessment is what will be the risk in the furthermore things. So there's difference between both of them. I did both of them without knowing anything about them, because I did only basic of fire safety. I didn't know all those things, but I did in deep, and I came back. When I said my dad, he was like, he was really shocked. When did you learn this? I just know that you give, you know, basic trainings and all those stuff.
Right.
I was like, yeah, this is basic, because I've seen you many times talking to the alarm system, hydrant system, welding people, how to arrange everything, how to place the CAD drawings people. I know very well how you place, where the everything pointers will come out and all. So he was like, Satvika, are you really sure of fashion design? Is my dad's question. I was like, Daddy, I truly don't want to. Till then, my dad was telling, like, why don't you start up your own boutique? You really want to work, job, and all. I was like, I was not in, as I said from before, I was not interested in the job and all. So I was like, I'll open up a boutique, but I'm still thinking, I'm really not sure of it. So what happened? My dad was like, when he asked me that question, you know, the very first thing that I said him is, I want to be stylish, but I don't want to design others. That's why I'm not opening the boutique.
Okay.
He was like, so what do you mean? So why did you do the fashion designing? I was like, maybe because I want to look good for others. I mean, I want to look good for myself and for others, but not, I don't want to design others, or I don't want to make a stylized figure out of someone else, because I don't want to be any consultant or such thing in fashion. Then he was like, okay, so you want to work from your BBA, so you want to work as a manager or something. I was like, no. I don't want to do any job. No. So you want to do my business? I was like, yeah. Yes. I was like, yes.
That's
so
the girl.
Like, why you don't do BE fire is my dad's question. I was like, engineering medicine nahi hota. I can't do that. And then what happened, I have started research when I did my basic safety courses, which I said you before. One of my lecturer was like, she asked me, why don't you do further studies in safety only?
Okay.
Even in India also we do have MTech in fire safety is what she said me.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, you can't apply for MTech from BBA.
Right.
Like, it's a general logic.
Right.
So what happened, I have started checking. When she said me about MTech, I was like, I even wanted to fulfill one more dream of mine, that going abroad and studying. So I've started researching. When I was started researching, my dad was against it. He said not to go anywhere. So I was like, why don't I do this thing? why can't I go and study in UPSC? One of my friend who has studied the petroleum management from UPSC has suggested me that you have course of such in UPSC, you can apply there, Dehradun. I was like, the university is very big, I'm going to do this. And when I started checking for that, they have stopped the course. And there's one more institute in Nagpur, Fire Safety Institute, that is closed.
Okay.
So whatever institutes are there, everything is closed in India. The very first. Yeah, because they are not entertaining this course in safety. So what happened was like very next thing, when I started searching for the courses, I realized one thing. As I already have this wish of going abroad, why don't I search? Anyways, now the doors are closed everywhere. So why don't I search? So when I started searching, I found that though the courses are available in USA and UK, I adopted for UK. The reason why is only one thing. Whatever the conditions may be throughout the world, the queen-ruled country is more powerful than whatever the country is. Right now, if you see, my decision was super right, because now USA is no more leading, because you know what all happening right now with the COVID situation. We don't deny that. So I was like, it is a queen-ruled country, and moreover, even in the Indian standards, if you see, all the Indian standards are derived from British standards only. So if you see anything, they'll ask for British standards, BSI mark. So where's the BSI mark on your product? Do you have BSI license? You know, I was like, why don't I go for British standards? So when I called up for them, and when I checked with all the universities, they said me only one thing: you should be mandatorily having 16 years of education. Only then you will be allowed to proceed further in this thing. So what happened? I had no other choice but doing an MBA in India again. So by then I had my BBA, my fashion designing 2 degrees on hand, already done. But I had to take up MBA so that I can take that. Because I have 16 years of education. So I have taken MBA from Bhavan's Vivekananda College, very famous in Hyderabad. I've took up. Thing is, like, as people say, I don't know if you know it properly or not, they say 90% of MBA is BBA. Because business administration and Bachelor of Business Administration, this is Master of Business Administration. So it's same. If not, at least 70% it will be same. So what happened when I joined the college, I truly did not like the college because of the educational standards and everything. I really feel bad. I'm so sorry. If any of my lecturers are listening this, you know the fact what has happened. I know many of my faculty from Bhavans are still following me and they do suggest me. I'm sorry, I know, sir, but still, I just want to open up to the world. So, yeah. So thing is like, I just said very clearly that I didn't like this college on day one only. So my whole MBA college attendance was just 37%. The whole 2 years of MBA college attendance. Out of which the college is mandatory ruled that 75% attendance is mandatory. If a person doesn't have 75% of the attendance, they are restricted from the college. They are detained or restricted, whatever word you want to name it. They are no more continued. They can't get the degree. This is what the college is all about. So what happened when I was doing my MBA only, I used to never attend the college because I used to sit in the office, as I said you before. When I got cleared out of my mind, though I was sitting in my degree in the office, but after completing the degree, as I said, I completed simultaneously the fashion designing and the BBA. It was clear out of my way that I am not ready to do anything. So this is what it is, and I should be doing this. I was not interested even in the bossism or in the office. I was interested in the work related to the safety here. Because I was saving the lives, as I said you. I was giving trainings by then. So thing is like, when I was doing that, as I said, I was not interested because the education was very bad over there. The teaching levels are not up to the mark in Bhavan. So that's why I was like, this is not going to work out. I used to not go to office, like college. I used to sit in the office. I used to be in the office. I used to work for my dad. And not only that, I used to think like I'm helping my dad. I never took the paychecks, anything. I was just
Okay.
like, I'm going to the office morning. I used to come back in the night. I used to be like, I'm helping my dad. And simultaneously, when all these things were happening, the very surprising thing is like, we have two of our drivers. So I don't want to call them as a drivers because they are actually family to me.
Right.
Thing is like, you know what they said me? They bought their daughters and showed them. We have even images on my Facebook, but you should just scroll down for it a lot. Thing is like, they have named their daughters, not one, it's two. Two of them named their daughters as Satvika. I was like shocked. I asked them only one thing. Why did you name? They were like, we like the way you and your dad's relation is very sweet. So you and your dad is having excellent relation. As I said, I was always dad's kid. I was always there for dad. It's like, no one can't part me away from dad. It was that thick.
You're just one.
So,
I
yes,
told
I'm
you,
the
you're
only
a team. I can literally, my viewers can sense you're a team.
yeah. So
Inseparable team.
true. Yeah. So thing is like, they said we want our daughters to be in the same way where they show the same love, so much of affection and the same kind of helpfulness, and also the good guidance which my dad has gave me only led my life so well. Just imagine, I'm not good at studies. I always changed my courses. I did my, SSC, I did my MPC, and then I jumped into BBA, and then into fashion design, and then into fire safety. So I was never proper. My dad gut feeling was only one thing, that whatever she is doing, she's doing right. I never misused my dad's freedom, is what he believed in me. And that's where, he trusted on me and he let me be cool. Though I was not going to the college, uh, you know, let me complete this and then I'll go to that subject. Thing is like, what happened is like, when these people named me, like named their daughters,
Good
I
girl.
just realized only one thing, that, apart from all these things, I'll tell you what, if you want to put a photo, that's a different thing. But when you name a person, it's like that name is going to be there for generations and generations. If I come and ask you, what's your grandmom, great grandmom name? Obviously, you will know that.
Right.
And obviously, the way you, Sudha, the way you are taking up others, lives and, spreading across, it's that your name, your fame that you're creating out. It's a brand
Right.
that you're trying to create. So the name, when they're giving it, that means it has some different level of thing to it. So
Absolutely.
I should be able to, make sure that I'm doing it right. The one more reason was, I was even taking care of their family, like family in the sense, they even have like, one of the person had a son and he has a other daughter as well. So as they were not financially, not that rich, how much do you expect for a driver? The salary will be very less, obviously,
I
in
get that.
thousands per years. So I used to take care of the education, clothing and all those stuff.
Okay.
So I was like, this is something I should do. So on that day, I have realized that is on my 20th birthday, I've launched my Adhira Empowering Women. The reason why I have chosen Adhira Empowering Women is, only one thing came into my mind. They said, "Your dad," and they said, "You're a good woman, good kid." So that made me, Adhira means you have that gut feeling of that, what do we say, that's, spirit inside you, the helping us to it. And also it is also called as a Kali Mata name.
Okay.
That's the reason I have chosen Adhira. And the reason why I've chosen empowering women is like, I want to work towards women. And over here, I'm not a feminist, frankly speaking. Just let me tell you one thing very, very clearly out of there. When I've started my Adhira, all those people who worked with me are men.
Yes.
So the director, two
Okay.
of the directors were men, and one of the director was my father also. So they were all men. There are many men in that involved. The only thing I used to do from Adhira Empowering Women is like helping girls, whoever I thought I should not go do such kind of publicity, going out, I'm doing this and all. No, nothing. I used to believe in only one thing. First, I used to should take care of the surroundings around me. Then only I can go further. So
Yes.
what I did is, like, near our home, there's a basti where we have kids, where there are families where they have kids where they can't afford for their children for further studies or very good living lifestyle. So what I did is, like, I have took around 30 kids from there. So I have all age groups where in which I'm not giving any money to them. I'm not having any orphan home or something. They are not orphans. They're having parents. It's just that they can't afford for good life.
Okay.
So I'm making sure I'm providing them education. I've got affiliated to one of the schools nearby my place,
Okay.
where it has from LKG to PG, directly till PG. But I said I can't afford till PG, so let me do only till degree, so that they'll be obviously taking care of themselves. And not only in the education, but also I've spoken to the nearby clinic and also a hospital, where if there is any emergency, they'll go and attend there. And the medical allowances will be provided by me, where I'll be going and giving them medicines, and food and clothing will be provided by me if they need. So obviously they are able to take care of the food and clothing, but if there is any need, there are few people who even need that. So I'm even taking care of that. I feel there's nowhere involved money, nowhere involved.
Okay.
There's no single person who is giving money, nor I'm giving money. Only thing we are doing is essentials: food, shelter, clothing, education. I believe these things are which some person can take care of themselves.
Right.
And the reason why I've chosen a basti, I can choose other places also, but in the basti itself is where women are asked to work as a labor. Women are asked to work as a homemakers. Women are asked to work as a helpers in the kitchens and everywhere. I wanted that to be changed. The change should be starting from the initiating from the very next level of mine. So that's where I've started it. And as you know, it has been a very successful journey of around 5 years. Recently, I've done so much even in London, but it is against London policies, so UK policies. But still, yeah, I have had few of the people in London who used to work as a homemakers from other countries, women.
Okay.
I have made sure that they came out of that houses and they're working. It's all illegal again, clearly mentioning. They're working in some other Indian shops where they're getting paid and they're able to take care of their families. But I'm happy they are not under their slavery anymore.
Right.
It's huge in other countries, as you know. So there has been a lot of work going on from Adira also.
Okay.
But when I was as I said you before, when I was doing my MBA, I never attended my college. As you know, what happened, they have restricted me from the college. They said you can't further write any of the exam. You will be no more eligible for writing the exam. When they asked my father to come and speak to them, my dad said only one thing. The lecturer was asking my dad, do you know where does your daughter go? She always bunks the classes. He was like, yeah, I know very well. She was like, how do you know? She will either go with her friends outside or she'll come and sit in the office. If she's in the office, I will know. If she's going outside, she'll take my credit card only and go. So wherever she'll swipe the card, I'll get the complete billing address also from where it is getting address. So I know where she's going, is what my dad answered her. My lecturer said, are you mad? Why are you playing with your child's life? So my dad said only one thing. I have seen what she's trying to do. She's working on something very focused. That doesn't mean that she should have the proper education. I'm not denying that I'm not going to educate her. Okay. As I'm not educated much, my dad is just dropped out. Okay. So that's why he wanted me to get educated very well. So he said, I know the education value very well, but I'm even seeing the focus in her, life, whatever she's doing is well. That's why I'm still not worried about her, and I know what she's doing. After listening to my dad's words, they have, said okay, and they gave the hall ticket. Trust me, the situation was very bad. I said you very, very, very coolly. It was not as easy as I said you. I was detained, as I said, from the college, so it was way beyond. But yeah, finally I got this thing. And then after writing my MBA final year, I flew down to London to do my MSc. Okay. So after going there, I've chosen my MSc in Occupational Health, Safety and Environmental Management, which is level 7 in safety. So
Okay.
thing is like, I never knew. I just knew that I wanted to choose an ocean, but I didn't knew that it was that big ocean until and unless I've been there.
Okay.
Thing is like, the very first exam I failed. I was like, I cried a lot. Thing is, my lecturer, that was Alan Page, who spoke to me. I know he's not on the Facebook, so he's not going to hear, but I'm forever thankful for him. Forever thankful for him. The reason why is like, when he spoke to me, he said only one thing: you can't go back to India without this degree, can you? He asked me. I was like, no. Because thing is like, my dad has given me money by putting a education loan with the house which we are living in.
Right.
So I have changed so much in my life. He still believed in me and he gave me money to study. And not only that, the very next thing is like, I am coming from a fire safety background, which fire safety is only 0.05% in safety. But
Right.
wherein which in safety is like 200 different kinds of categories. We have construction safety, road safety, industrial safety, chemical safety, and so on, nuclear safety, onshore, offshore. So
Okay.
you just name it, we are there. GEM is everyone. Even psychology falls under the safety only. It's
Okay.
called behavioral safety, actually. So thing is like, I failed because I don't know all those subjects. And I failed because I'm not from a science background. I'm not good with the science, and I've chosen masters in science,
Right.
MSc in safety. So it's masters in science. So that's why I failed. So my sir gave me that clear picture. He asked me one thing: what were your background, what all you studied, and what all you did? And when I told all the complete entire stuff, he said me only one thing: that you have failed because you did level 1 in India and you just have experience in level 1 and you have directly come to level 7. Until and unless I've been there, I didn't know that there are 7 levels in education, and even in the safety there are 7 levels, and the 7th level is the highest. We don't have anything beyond that according to the UK government. UK government is the topmost because the Queen is now ruling the world, as you know.
Right.
So thing is like, he said me, so what should I be doing? He said me only one thing: why don't you clear level 3 and level 5 and then come to level 7? I was like, I don't have time. I've already paid my fee. I can't do anything further, and I don't have that much of visa also.
Right.
I just have this much of visa. I should be clearing out on time. He said, do simultaneously. I was like,
Yes.
it's very hard.
You're
And
master in 10 things simultaneously.
yes, and you will not believe the courses which I did in India when I said my summer break is level 1 and level 2, which you said HABC and fire safety level 1. Those were level 1 and level 2. And after going there, when I said NIBOSH, which you said about British Safety Council, it has NIBOSH. There are 2 courses. One is normal course and one is diploma course, where the normal course is considered as level 3 and the diploma is considered as level 5 and 6.
Okay.
So I had to, though the course training is of only 3 months,
Okay.
but to clear it, it is so difficult that people take 7 years also. It's like CA, it's that difficult.
Oh.
But still, I have cleared everything. I used to sit in the libraries. I used to not sleep. I used to sit in the libraries. I used to study. I cleared everything, and I even cleared simultaneously my level 7. After clearing these 2 only, I was able to clear my level 7. As you know, if you miss one time, we can write our exams again. So that's how I cleared. And I cleared everything with a very good percentage. And after this, I was like, I should do something else. And I have chosen my course in fire safety from Cambridge University, where I got, they said, okay, for that, we had to put from our company name.
Right.
So it's a professional course, so not everyone can do it. So we had to send a letter from our company that so and so our employee wants to come and study there and all. And I've cleared the exam and entrance, everything, and I've attended and I've cleared it. Along with that, I even did auditing 45,000. All these happened after clearing level 7. So after clearing level 7, I did my fire safety management and I did my auditing 45,001, wherein which my auditing 45,001 is from British Standards International. This is the highest auditing which we have right now. After 2018, like that is the latest version. We don't have anything after that.
Right.
So it's like after completing all those things, I have 2 degrees, 2 PGs, 7 professional courses in my hands.
Right.
This was educational qualification. When I didn't know, I worked for a betting company, Betfred, in London as a part-timer when I was studying 20 hours of time.
Right.
So when I was working there, I was not happy. I was like, when I'm so much educated, I should do a better job.
Right.
So I worked there. It was a cashier job. So I never had anything worse. So it was very, very good job. I don't want to blame anything. I was just sitting on the, on the cash box, and I was just counting the cash, nothing else. Yeah, counting money. So it was good. But the thing is, like, I always wanted to do the better job. So then I got a message from one of the person on LinkedIn. After going there, my Facebook was completely inactive because of my busy schedule over there. As you know, I was studying so many courses. I should clear those things. I should cook myself. I should wash my clothes. Everything. Yes, everything by myself. And not only that, I was even working for 20 hours. So it was too much hectic for me. So I was absent on all my social media. But after going there, I have learned the value of LinkedIn. People doesn't use any of the social media apart from LinkedIn. LinkedIn is so damn famous. I have spread my wings so much. Almost, I think now my LinkedIn social media people are around 4,000 or 5,000 people are there on my LinkedIn. Everyone are from the field of safety. I got to experience, I got to listen their stories, I got to, experience myself with them. And I have attended their, Ayush Women in Safety. I have attended the meetings there and everything. Right. So thing is, like, when I was doing all these things, I got a message from Phoenix Health and Safety Company to be an exam organizer, as an exam trainer. Then have entered myself as a NIBOSH trainer, organizer, and also I used to correct the papers of NIBOSH. The one which I failed, which is like a CA, I cleared. I was a trainer over there. I felt very happy. My dad was super happy. But it was a part-time. I used to work in the weekends only. I got the chance from that company to work around the world. From that company, I even went to Cambridge and I even trained there. It's like they used to, as it is an independent company, but it is a very topmost company in UK for the safety courses. So what they used to do is, like, they used to get the people. It's like only professionals. It's not for everyone. It's for the people who are completely core into that field. Only for them the course was given. So all the safety professionals, I got to meet so many safety professionals who are my students. I felt so happy. And thing is, like, they used to ask me to go to the different places. Like, they used to ask me to go to Kenton. They used to ask me, I forgot the names, I'm sorry, but almost around 30 countries I visited in and around of UK. It's been 2 years now, I'm out of UK, so I don't remember the names properly. But yeah, I visited 30 countries all over. I used to go, I used to train, I used to conduct the exams, I used to correct papers, I used to come back to London again. So that's how it was. And not only that, and after that, I even got placed in NHS as a safety officer, health and safety officer. The reason why I worked there is, like, not only as in, being theoretically perfect, but I wanted to be practically perfect. I wanted to see the people over here are so intellectual and the safety rules and norms are already placed in. Right. So I just wanted to know how they're implementing it, how far they are doing it. Right. Do you know that over here, if there is a new person getting hired, they just doesn't care. But over there, you know how it is. It's like these people, if there is any person who is entering into, as a job or as a person, if suppose you are entering, okay, I'm your colleague, suppose, I'll be like, before I introduce my name to you, I should be the one who should be explaining you where is the exit door, where is the first aid gate, where is the assembly point. So that's how intellectual it is. Over here, if you see in this India, it's like, hi, my name is this, her name is this is our canteen, this is our free time, this is where we can spell. This is how the introduction will be there. So see the difference. But they even tell that, but after telling the importance of life.
Right.
So when I got to know the complete standards and everything, I was fulfilled. And then I returned back. So my company asked me to sign up the agreement for 2 years. I didn't stay there. There are even few of other friends who wanted me to work. I was like, no. And I came back to India on a mission called starting up my own institution or a university for safety. Where
Okay.
in which in India right now, I think you're in Bangalore, right?
Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra Pradesh. Okay. But still, there are many companies throughout India where people are claiming that we have topmost professionals where there doesn't have any proper educational qualification, any proper work experience, but still they claim themselves that we are the topmost and they bluff and they earn in lakhs for the classes. And you want to place the lives of the people under some stupid idiot person who doesn't know anything. I
Right.
just tell you one thing to the people that if you have any neurological issue, you will go to a neurologist. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you don't go to a nurse. Then why the hell in India people are going to a nurse? Why don't they understand that there's someone called who's actually an expert whom they need to
Right.
go and consult? So
Right.
this is where I'm working on right now. You can ask many questions though. Yeah.
You had given a whirlpool of insights of your life, right from a a fail F grader to career confused person to mastering something that you never thought you would be doing into, and
And
you're
which I love because of my dad. I love out of my dad's love.
Oh, awesome. Out of all these things, I can literally say that you are an awesome teacher, a wonderful communicator, which is obviously some need for any profession, being a good communicator. And of course, you analyze things pretty well, even though you are daydreaming, still your mind is working somewhere. And
Yeah.
your father has been a greatest support. He's been your pillar. I can
Yes.
literally see a shine in your eye whenever you talk about your dad.
Yeah.
Awesome, beautiful journey. I really, the insights are very interesting as well as inspiring. You know,
Yeah.
in India, we see people when they sit idle, they immediately they put a label that they're wasting someone's money or time. But there's something happening. Probably destiny have chosen you to be into
Thank
this,
you.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So here comes the most important question connected to your current profession that you're doing. So how do you change people's attitude in hiring, fire officers or safety officers? I see like this chalta hai attitude is quite common. This person will do even without the gas,
Yeah. See, the very first and foremost thing I would like to tell is like, if you see it from the day one, like maybe 10 years, 20 years ago also, the fire accidents which are happening or any hazardous situation in any industry, you name it, there are increase in number, if you see.
Right, right,
But
right.
are decreasing. Wherein which in other countries they are decreasing. But if you see the graph of Indian, why
Hmm.
is it increasing so much is my very first question. And
Okay.
the very second thing I would like to address is like if you see the COVID situation also post COVID,
Hmm.
when the lockdown was open, there has been 7 disasters that has happened in the industries. You know, even in Andhra Pradesh,
Yes.
what has happened in Vizag. Yeah.
Right.
So the thing is like it's all because there is no proper safety measures that has been taken. And even though if they are hiring any person out there to work, they are thinking if they have any abroad name next to their online certification, they think that it is perfect. No, until and unless you master something. If you're trying to hire a person who is doing MBA, who has done their specialization in finance or HR or anything of such, if you're going into machine learning, there should be like MTech in machine learning and something like that. Then why don't you hire a person who is actually did something, at least a nibosh in it? Even if you're doing that, if you see the other countries like UK, USA or UAE also, China also, you see the people who are having now the UAE, like 2 years back, the UAE was like, the people who are applying for the job should, the minimum criteria was they should be having a nibosh and they should have 8 years or 5 years of experience to work in. And you know what is the current thing that they're looking for? 10 years, 15 years or 20 years. So when people are looking for such good experience and such good subject, then
Mhm.
why in India are still not even ready to take a nibosh?
Right.
If you're setting a standards, if you're able to get people who are experienced and qualified in other categories, why can't you implement the same? You think
Right.
that you are going, the safety professional is going to charge more. It's a wrong assumption. Any
Okay.
professional person who is there in safety and who is ready to work or a job or do anything, they're not looking for money. They're
Mm-hmm.
looking only absolutely for the only goal of saving lives. So
Right.
in that case, if you're really having that benchmark of having this much of experience and this is as a educational criteria, I'm sure people will definitely learn it. And the you can control even the pay level, and also you can save many millions of lives. And the attitude towards it should be changed.
Right. Any steps you have taken, like to convince your clients that why one should hire you?
Yes, of course, many. The very first thing I would like to say is the Niposh only. So, if sorry, not Niposh, I would like to say is Numoish. Numoish is All Indian Industrial Exhibition, which will happen here in Hyderabad, Telangana, which is
Okay.
very, very famous for 48 days.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had normal thing only, I spoke to the community, like the complete exhibition community and everything. And I worked for Numoish, and not only that, I got the live interaction with Government of Telangana and disaster management of Government of Telangana, where
Right.
they understood what changes to be made. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, and they even wanted me to come and give few inputs to their, associates and colleagues and everyone actually.
But talking about disaster management, where you can see these days most of the parents are working and kids at home or old people at home, do you think that school goers and college goers, especially youth, should be sensitized with the concepts of disaster management? Fire and
Definitely. Thing is, okay, I've come up with a program called Safe Zone Telangana and also Safe Zone Andhra Pradesh.
uh-huh.
But due to this COVID situation, that has been delayed. But I have specially created a good course for
Mhm.
all the laymen, for all age groups, for everyone, all languages it can be,
Right.
so that they can save themselves in case of an emergency. And not only that, I'm working on something called getting the safety to the 10th class itself. Like,
Okay.
why can't safety should be a subject for the 10th class students? Because we are not highly influenced like Western countries, but
Right.
being a normal Indian or Asian country, we should be having this as a subject, even though people are not taking it. But still,
Right.
you have social studies, you have English, Hindi, Telugu, all the other subjects, science,
Right. Right.
physics, chemistry, mathematics. They should
Mhm.
be even having safety so that they will know you have all these subjects, so that it will be useful in some point or the other point in your life is what they believe. So I believe that strongly safety is something way beyond important than other subjects, because this
Right.
is life saving. Yeah.
So in schools also we have to start conducting
Yes, of course.
drill
Not
on this.
conducting, not conducting. I want a subject to be given.
Oh, okay, as a curriculum.
Yes, exactly. I'm working on it, and I've spoken to many people, and many people are even showing interest. I'll definitely make it happen.
So you have done almost 500 plus trainings,
Yes.
pan India and
And
UK.
also, yes,
You're
you
so
can.
absolutely into trainings, right? So who are
Yes.
your audience, like target audience, if someone have to call you for
See, very clearly during this pandemic, what happened is like I was giving the trainings to the people who are in this profession. And
right?
not only that, when I was in abroad also, I used to give the trainings for the professionals. But
Okay.
when I was here in India, before taking up all these subjects or before entering into this professional career, I used to give trainings for the people who wanted to have that minimum knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
it's for all the employees of that industry, all the employees of that organization, where in which they wanted to know the basics of using a fire extinguisher. At
Right.
that point, I realized that this is, as I said you before, as I have created a special subject for
Mm-hmm.
everyone, I feel
Right.
this should be there for everyone. I don't have any target audience, though I'm professional, like though mine is, I'm into safety of 200 different categories. As I'm working in fire safety, you can take me as a fire safety professional in deep inside. But
Okay.
still, I would say not that I just want to target each and every individual person, because for me, saving lives is prior than anything. Yeah.
Awesome. So now that you're also talking about COVID-19, how are you involved? How is this safety or health and hygiene safeties? Are you
Yeah.
targeting something on that?
Yeah, thing is like coming to this COVID, that is a very, very interesting question. The very first thing is like, I would like to say you can call safety post-COVID, pre-COVID.
Okay.
Because people before COVID used to never ever believe that safety is prayer. They used to always believe that luxury is important, money is important, and all those things. But wherein which now the people left their jobs, they left their organizations, they're sitting in the house, they're not even concerned about buying new products or new luxury items or new clothes. They are just worried about their own health and safety.
Yes.
So this is the very good thing which I'm seeing in this COVID situation, where people realized all these days, all my life I've been telling that safety, your safety is my priority. People used to laugh at me. Mera safety tu kya dekhega? But abhi samajh mein aa gaya na, your safety is now your priority also. Now you realize, because people used to think that in the daily basis there will be many people who will be going out without even a helmet. They get few people, many people will be returning back safe, but how many people are returning back safe?
Right. That's what is.
Yes. So they never used to understand in the daily life there are so many hazardous situations in life. When I was telling the name that if you see, go and talk to an painting artist, their world is completely different. They see out of everything, they'll find an inspiration, and they'll be like, we got inspired out of it. But in the same way, if you go and speak to a safety professional, their way of looking the world is also completely different. We are even in our own La La Land, where we think not about the inspirations or the paintings, but we think about what are the different kinds of hazards that we are there. So what is the probability of hazard situation that is going to happen? How can we take care of it? If this is the situation, what is it? Yes. So that's what I wanted to say. So this thing has completely changed. And one more thing is, like, the very first thing, during this COVID situation, people all over the media, all over everyone, people were talking about the health professionals, health workers, doctors, and everyone. But no one has actually come up with some sort. Safety officers are playing the vital in this kind of COVID situation. I'll tell you why. The safety of professionals are someone who will create the rules and regulations on how to be there. A doctor can tell you how can you take care of your health, okay? But how come an organization is telling you how to be safer in all the locations? If you're going to a church, how do you take care of yourself? If you're going to an industry, how do you take care of yourselves? This a doctor can't come and tell you. It's the safety officer who will give you the precautions, guidelines, and everything. And not only that, during this COVID situation, I have raised many points. The very first and foremost thing was in the March, there has been a viral audio message of mine, which went very, very viral all over India. I got numerous messages wherein which many people were like, be thankful, we are really thankful, we are being very safe and all. But there were even few people who were against me. The reason why is, like, in that audio message, I mentioned very clearly that this COVID virus has already been what do we say, the airborne, and it is in the air for 4 hours. Okay. Because of this, people even complained against me to the police people. They were like, you are giving false alarm to the people. You are making people get more panic. But when I explained to the police people, they said, you are right, madam, and we forwarded it by ourselves. We felt what you said was good. Right. But now, if you see, after March, April, May, June, July, after 5 months exactly, now WHO has completely declared that it is airborne, and it is going to be there in the air for 8 hours, not just 4 hours. Okay. Because I'm a safety officer, yes, because over here, it's not that I'm doctor. It's because I'm a safety officer, I could predict it. Even in the safety, we have biological safety, viral safety, in the safeties, because we did that. In that course, we even have something. We even have GEMist. So GEMist course is also there. Robotics course is also there. So this is a different sector. Safety is altogether is a different sector. After this, after anyone safety professional is actually referred as doctor, because we have the higher level of science, level 7 in safety. Okay. So because of this, when I said that this is what is happening now, WHO has released, I felt very happy that now people are realizing it. And the very second point I would like to tell is, like, I said that inhalers, whatever the face masks which are we having, should not be having an inhaler. You see that inhaler button. Yes. That should not be there. This was there. If you see even the Satvika fire service or even my wall, I have posted this numerous times. If you go to Instagram and scroll down, before the government has declared, I have posted this maybe 2 months back. I have posted this, that people, you should never ever use an inhaler nose mask, because the germs will escape. There's no use of having that. And now the government has declared today and yesterday that you should not have inhalers. Second point. And third, this is a forecast again. Third point, having UV to be used everywhere. We all know that UV has an advantage and also disadvantage. UV accordingly actually has different ranges. It is just electromagnetic waves which are passed from sun, as you know, but wherein which this passage will be from 53 mm to 350 mm. This is the length of the UV. So these are classified further into A type, B type, and C type according to the UV length. So thing is, like, people doesn't know one thing, that UV is used for cleaning the water in Western countries. Over here, they doesn't know. Cleaning the water is different. Cleaning surface is different. But over here, you know how the messages flooding, because I'm into the safety business, I'm getting such a messages that we have a UV tiffin box. We have a machine wherein which if you clean yourself, you will be virus free. So, I just asked only one thing. Why can't you take a patient and put in the UV and tell he's COVID free? You gone nuts. And you know that Trump has been trolled very well on this only. When Trump was telling, why don't you create something out of UV to clear COVID? Trump has been trolled very much on Twitter also. He's right to the core. What you are talking is completely nonsense, because UV can't be passed on a human. It can't be passed. It is only be used only on the surfaces when there's no other person for 30 seconds, so that it will kill all the virus, germs, and everything. And even the NM should be the proper range. And not only that, apart from all these things, it can be used for water cleaning, but not for the food. The reason why is, like, if you're consuming any food, either it will be in two forms. One, it is extremely hot. The second one is like taking raw vegetables and fruits. So when food is already on the high temperature, you're not consuming the virus, because the virus will be killed in that high temperature, as you know, it can't survive. So there's no need of passing a UV on it. And the second thing is, like, consuming the raw vegetables. If you sanitize them, you don't need to sanitize with the different kinds of stupid. I'll even come to that point also. If you don't need to do all those things, wherein which you can put them under, salt water or vinegar water, which we generally do them for the fertilizers and pesticides which are used in the fields by the farmers for the farming purpose. So we already do that. So you don't need to use UV on that. This is the third myth which I broke. And the fourth myth which I spoke about was, this sanitizing. Chemical sanitizing, if you see any chemical which is taken beyond the limit, causes cancer. Any chemical you do. So it's generally known, if you take any chemicals, they tell, if you take anything overdose, they tell that there are chances that you might get cancer. Even if you see, even you take sanitary napkins, you take even, sun protection cream also, you can't put it for more further because it causes cancer. You take skin peeling and everything. So it's a general logic. So how come people are passing through this safety tunnels which they have created, the safety sanitizing tunnels? I think if you pass through it,
I've seen that.
I was like, when people are telling very clearly that you should wash your hands for 20 seconds, just your hands, your palm for 20 seconds to kill the virus, so that if you're not killing the virus, you're just breaking down the virus, you're removing the protein layer, and the virus is skipping out of in the water. That's what is happening. So how can you believe that 15 seconds you're passing through a tunnel that, the virus is going away? No way.
No way.
No way. It's not even going to be like you take a deodorant and you spray for 15 seconds under your armpits, and how come you be like 15 seconds your complete body? So it causes cancer. It can't be used. It was banned even in Bangalore, Karnataka, actually.
Is it?
Yes. This is a biggest myth which I broke. I even gave to many media people. They even published this. It's already there on my wall. And very next thing is, like, people using different kinds of, the powders to clear on the name of the sanitization. I even said this very clearly that hypochlorite or chlorine only to be used with 9% of concentration, wherein which it should be diluted with 3 times of water. That is only 3% of chlorine or 3% of hypochlorite should be used to use the sanitization of the surfaces, not for the human purpose. Again, clear. Then only, because even that anything beyond 3% causes cancer to the skin.
Carcinogenic, right?
Yes. So that is this very other thing which is already there on my wall. And after that, the very other thing I spoke about was sanitization, sanitizers, direct sanitizer bottles.
Right.
If you see outside, according to any doctor, if you go and see, they are speaking that 96% of alcohol is mandatory to clean your hands. Wherein which Indian government has declared 60% of alcohol percentage in alcohol in the sanitizer is enough to clean the hands. So how come virus is going to be killed? It's nowhere going to be killed. And the very next thing, you know, our Indian products, I'm very sorry to tell this, I love my India, but still I'm very sorry to tell this, but we Indians are very, very confused that we are not ready to put 60% of alcohol content in it. We just put 10% of content in it and label it with 60% of alcohol content on it.
Right.
So it's waste of using alcohol. Instead, use alcohol rub, which you can go and buy it in a chemist, or use, soap and water.
Okay.
After this, I even spoke live on TV5 and CBR Health News for 2.5 hours directly with the people, where I answered many of their questions related to the industrial safety, where there has been a problem with 7 industries on the same day. Like there has been a problem in Nasik, there has been a problem in Tamil Nadu, in Vizag, all at the same day, single day.
Right.
When all these things happened, I spoke about industrial safety post-COVID. When you go out of the house for 15 days on a trip and you come back, you never on lights. You will open the doors and windows to make sure if everything is okay. You will go and check your gas, whether it's on or off, before you on the lighter.
Right.
So how come industry can go and open directly and on the machines to work?
Right. Absolutely.
So these are the 7 different things which I worked during this COVID and which I'm still working on, actually.
That's a stunning work that you're doing, and for the safety of people. Safety of people. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is the biggest misconception, that people think that safety is only limited to disaster management or limited only to fire safety. No, it's way beyond, which people doesn't know.
I guess we are all educated in this one talk, probably people who are watching us, my dear viewers, safety first. At the same time, safety doesn't always mean fire and fire safety. There's so much to know about safety. Right?
Exactly.
Satvika, that was a huge insight. Not just your life, the way the whole thing went into your career making, then why safety, and especially for COVID, then so many myths you're debunking.
Even now, I would like to tell only one thing. The reason why I'm successful even on the safety, it's not just because of my dad or my dad's love or the money he has spent on me. It's just because of only one thing I would like to tell. It's pure general logic. Right. There's no other subject in the whole world where you can deal with the complete general logic. It's only safety where you can deal with general logic. They say, right, Hindi is very easy to learn and understand. Easiest lippy in the whole world, they tell. In the same way, the whole easiest way of learning any subject is safety. That's why I recommend, because it's our day-to-day life. If I speak to you now, you'll tell that, yes, I know this. Obviously, you would have got connected. I know this. But where is the general logic that we have applied?
Application is something
forget that I'm a backbencher, I'm a failure, but still I got it through because I just understood the logic out of it. That's it.
People miss the logic and they often get panicked. They know it. They're part of it. Like women, we are already part of kitchen still.
Exactly.
Fire accidents do occur, right?
Yes.
So any suggestions for aspiring girls who wish to get into fire and safety or any safety courses?
Yeah. So the very first and foremost thing I would like to suggest is only one thing. Girl, please, you go ahead. Don't think of anyone in your life. Right. I know how much I've been through. I know how much I've faced. The struggles I faced are very, very, very much. Till now, whatever I've told my story might be looking jolly, but after becoming success, what I faced, I know it. If I tell, that will be a very big story, but that will be a very big lesson too. But
Right.
I would say you can do it. There's no one that you can stop. And the very second thing is, who said women can't be in this field when we are the biggest detectives, biggest forecasters, biggest
Right.
person who can
Victims
take care
as
of.
well as
Yes, we can take care of everyone. So when we can take care of everyone around us, why can't we take care of much more amount of people, way more amount of people to an organization or to any different kind of field? We can do it. So why don't you go ahead? And there are many other people who approach me for career guidance and mentorship also.
Mm-hmm.
They're really scared to tell that, ma'am, we are not interested in taking Nibosh. Guys, I know the reason why in India the failing rate in Nibosh is high, because the teachers who are teaching it are not qualified. They are just passed out of, like, they in a fluke they pass Nibosh and they come and train Nibosh people. It's not true. So
Right.
if you need any of that guidance, I'm always there, available on social media. You can get in touch with me. I always give batches on Saturdays and Sundays. You can join the team free of cost. I'm ready to give trainings for that, where you can, I'll tell you what are the tips and tricks, and how logically you can pass, and how logically you can apply it, and how successful you can be even in your job field, not only in passing the exam.
Okay. Any online classes you're going or running with?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Right. Thanks for the inputs. So here comes the most, like, so far you spoke about the journey and so much about your profession. Let's get into a little more fun segment so that it's easy for us to, relax,
Yeah.
chill down a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Right. So how is Satvika's typical day in one line?
Okay, before starting my COVID, I used to get up, I used to go to office. If there are any client meetings, I used to attend. I used to do a lot of PR, and as you know, I was trying a lot of media awareness and all, because now my prayer goal is influencing people on making them learn about safety. But during COVID, it has been shifted. I understood that when I'm taking care of others, I should even take care of myself. So I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. I'm meditating for half an hour, and I'm following it up with HIIT or Pilates, depends on my mood. And then I'm having my healthy diet, and I'm going to office, coming back from office, helping my mom in some kitchen, because evening I help my mom on kitchen.
Right.
And then again, if possible, I'll do rough session of half an hour session of Zumba with my dad for a cardio, or go walk with my dad, so that we can share, and we can share some stuff between each other. Come back and sound sleep sharp 11 o'clock. I'm a very bad girl. I don't chat with anyone. Don't ever try to respond on messages, only calls.
I can relate to that, because this was a month back. I sent you something and I got the response just yesterday. I was actually praying, will she or should I call? Because there's no response through our WhatsApp message. And just yesterday. And I was like, okay, she responds. Yeah, everybody has their own style, and you're not a social media person, but you are an influencer. You definitely are influencing people with your work. Your work should speak, and you're doing it pretty well, right? So here comes your favorite question. Passion to you.
Yes. Oh, fashion to me is, you are showing up your attitude, your personality, and your comfort level in fashion is what I feel. And according to me, as I traveled a lot, though I used to go travel on the work basis. I said, whatever I traveled, the 32 countries in London, throughout the Europe and UK, was through Phoenix Health and Safety. I went there so much stylishly, because no one used to question me out, and I used to dress up according to the seasons, according to my comfort level, according to the day work, and also according to the place where I'm going. See, if I'm going to Scotland, if you see my Scotland images, I'm always there on the skirts and checker skirts, because the style over there is checkered skirts. And
Yes.
if you go to Paris, you see my photos on the hat and all, because the style over there in Paris is a lot of hats and all.
Yeah.
So I feel it's about expressing your lifestyle with your attitude, your touch of passion towards it, and very much comfortable.
Right?
Yes.
So you literally replicate with the people's culture, I guess, right?
Yes, you should go explore their culture, celebrate their culture, and learn. Then only you will get to learn more and more of things. I love learning things, and the very important thing is, I love even cooking. So if I go to any country, I learn the cooking over there, and I come and I prepare and I eat. I eat only those. If few people will be like, when my mom, dad came to London, I didn't even ask them one time also to go to Indian restaurant. They were always with me eating the Western food only, because I taught them what it means exactly according to their culture. See, if you see in Andhra or if in Telangana, if you go to Godavari, you see a lot of seafood because the culture over there is like that. If
Right.
you come to Telangana, you see a lot of pindi vantalu because our culture is like that.
Right.
So not only that, the festivals over here is different. Over there it is different. We
Right.
have Batukama. In the same way, even if you see in the other countries, there was Boramhood, or some country. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's there in my profile. You can see wherein which they celebrate gay and the Pride Week legally. I've been
Yeah.
to that place.
Okay.
Thing is, I got even dressed up according to their culture. If
Okay,
you
the
see
carnival.
me, you'll be like, why are you dressed up like that? Because I was celebrating their culture, knowing why they are celebrating, what is that exactly means, what color, what does it mean, what is that week exactly means, and what food they consume and why they consume it. So
Okay.
it's like always you should enjoy what is happening around you. There's nothing that you can explore if you're going there wearing the same clothes, eating
Right.
the same food, being the same way doesn't fix anything out.
Right.
Exactly.
So you're always a Roman in a Rome. Like you go to that
Yes.
age, right? I
Exactly.
guess.
Exactly.
Awesome, awesome. Beautiful, actually, Satvika. I mean, like, you resonate some of my thoughts, and I feel good. I feel connected already with you, right?
Thank
Okay,
you.
so now coming back to what you do in your life. So, what is the good and bad and worst thing about being a first female fire safety?
A lot of bad. A lot of bad, I would say.
Right.
Because for the people to digest this
Hmm.
thing was very hard.
Right.
People were not ready to accept me.
Right.
There are a lot of bricks that have been thrown on me.
Right.
I have joined a safety, organization, which I don't want to name it, which is very, very famous throughout India also.
Okay.
Wherein which they made me work. They themselves, they called me, directly joining the board. They asked me to attend the board meetings. When I
Okay.
have suggested few things, they were against me. But
Okay.
because they know that only I can do it, they made me work for that. When I
Okay.
worked for that, after working, they didn't send any of the one picture of what I did, but they have sent one of the assistant who worked with me as that he did everything.
Right.
Okay, I just left it because I did my work. I was happy with that. Forget
Right.
that. There was other person who is on Forbes, who got
Mm-hmm.
featured on Forbes,
Okay.
who tried to blame that I don't know anything. And not only that, saying that I recommended media channels, that I told it that media channels, if I tell anything, they will listen to me and they'll do that. It was the most funniest comment I can hear
Hilarious.
of. And they went and they said that. And media people, because they know very well that I'm a kiddo, so I'm grown up, so I'm taking up the responsibilities that they know deep inside I'm a kiddo. They came and they said to me that this is what has happened. I don't want to name them again because he's on the Forbes, so the people might be knowing. They'll be like, yeah, we know him.
Right.
There were many stones, and not only that, most importantly, my father is searching matches for me. Everyone were like, this girl is very fast. She's overly educated, because my education qualification is more. They were scared to take me as their, person in their family. Only thing they should understand one thing, when in my 25 years of life, when I'm doing so much for my father, how much will I do for my life partner and the family which I'm going to live there for 75 years of my life?
Absolutely.
I can never ruin my own life, right? So where is the logic that you have lost is my biggest question.
Right.
And not only that, how much ever modern or how much ever educated I am, I'm a biggest Balaji devotee. I walked from Hyderabad to Tirupati for 22 days to have darshan in Tirupati after coming back from London.
Right.
Every month I go and have darshan in Tirupati. That shows what my religious values that I have,
Right.
and my love and my respect towards my family shows how much respect I can give to a family. So where did that go? Only because of my education, you just want to throw me out? I don't care. There were many people who said that because I'm fat, many bad comments were on place.
Right.
I'm telling you again, I worked out because I wanted to have very good mental health, because I thought I'm entering into adulthood. I'm 25 years old. I should have a better mental health because I'm taking off a lot of pressure and working out so much. I thought I should concentrate on my body. That's where I've started developing my immune system, not because someone's hatred. It should
Right.
come from within, not
Right.
from someone else. So
Right.
if you want to throw, just throw it. I don't care. I
So
really
you're
don't care.
really breaking all the stereotypical thoughts about not just about your profession, but on a personal front also, right?
Yes. Thank you.
What is the most scariest thing for you, like in your work, during your work? Have you met across any incidences like that?
I'm never ever scared or never felt regretted. I felt thankful for whatever bad that has happened or whatever good trust that my dad has given me,
Okay.
because both of them have made me become more stronger person, and moreover that taught me the very important thing is to, because I've come across so many things in my life, in whatever my professional life or personal life, I've gone through many of the bad people in my life, which made me more stronger. I feel I would suggest 100%, if you feel, if anyone, if even if your parents also feel like, if parents, if you're listening to me, if you feel that your children are doing wrong, let them do once, let them experience once. If they're doing an experience once only, they will realize. If you go and tell them, or you beg them and you tell them, come into the right path, they will never ever understand the value out of it. If they go hit themselves and come back, they will realize your value, they will realize what's right and what's wrong. Until and unless they are hit bad, they'll never ever come back properly. Trust me on this.
You are an awesome human being.
Thank
The
you.
thing that you just spoke is like commandments which people only can understand who can relate to what you said. So
Yes.
big bats, falling down, raising up, making mistakes, these are all part of growth.
Yes, exactly.
So Satvika, I hope you love music.
Music, yes, of course. Most importantly, I think I hear a lot of trance and even different kinds of musics which make me feel good. I listen to all the languages, not only Hindi, Telugu, English, but also different other languages as well, where I feel like if I feel connected, I hear.
Okay. How about movies?
Oh, I'm a big time movie bug. As I said,
You get
don't
time?
have time for chatting, as I don't have time for calling or hanging out with friends. I do one thing, our everyday night routine for me, my brother and my dad is like, sit at around 8:30 or something like that, 9 o'clock or something, watch some second show movie, like we put up some second show movie in our TV. We sit together, we'll have some good batakani, we'll see that movie and we'll go to sleep.
Oh,
Every day one new movie.
Quite interesting and entertaining way of living life in COVID during lockdown. Interesting. So here comes the best thing. Like all my guests have been answering this. It's a rhetorical question, and for a girl like you who lived everywhere, you're a globetrotter. Also, you've been for your profession. So here comes a question for you. If you're stranded in an island, how would you see this situation? How are you going to survive? And
This is the most interesting and thankful question, which will represent my field. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
People think that, there is something called two types. I know I'm talking way too deep spiritually over here, but let me tell you one thing. If you know that every mankind's life is simple, that you are born, you get mated, you will have children, you raise them. This is the only cycle, and you work for living. That's it. This is the cycle which we are all following. But the thing is, like, to get this life, it's not easy. Not everyone will have life. If you see, according to the Chinese people, don't think bad that I'm supporting Chinese. No, I'm just telling about few of the cultural facts which they have. There's no meaning for life. Even now, though I'm taking up this responsibility, though I'm an influencer, there's no meaning of life. If you see, go and see an ant. Is there any meaning of it? If you see a plant, is there any meaning for it? It's we who have created that plant. Say we should take the fool, we should take phal, we should take the shadow out of it, we should take the wood out of it, we should take the pulp out of it. It was all created by us. It's not by the plant. If you see anything, there's no purpose of life. The only thing I would like to tell is, like, life is something given to have and enjoy the life. You should know the true meaning of living. That's why I said I enjoy. If I go there, I celebrate that. If I be in house, I celebrate my family. If I'm fighting, I even celebrate that, because us taraf ka, you don't get
You
that.
never get that
And
again.
yes, and you know what? My mom recently questioned me, that she was telling Satvika, people are rejecting you. I'm so much worried.
Oh.
I was expecting that you will get some good charm, that this and all things. You know what I said? My dad and my mom, only one thing. I was telling, you know what? I'm being with you. I'm sitting on this luxurious sofa. Whatever I'm sitting is all given by my dad. So whatever it is, I feel luxurious. I'm sitting happily, without sun, without rain and everything, but I'm sitting happily. So this is luxury. That's it. I said, luxuriously, I'm sitting on your, near you. You're luxuriously giving me whatever I like preparing, and you're giving me. I'm happily enjoying the TV. I'm enjoying the air and the fan. You know what it means? This is life. You know why? Because if you are having fever, you can't enjoy the fun.
Right.
If you are having some medical issues, you can't enjoy the AC. If you are blind, you can't enjoy the TV which you're watching. If you're deaf, you can't listen.
Right.
If you don't have proper house or proper sofa, if someone is in the hut, they can't enjoy this luxury.
Right.
People who doesn't have the parents doesn't know the actual love. But I have all these things. Everything in my life, I'm blessed. So if you leave me really in the sand and island, I don't worry about anything. Not even clothes, nothing. I just enjoy. I'll be like, I'm in island. Wow. I'm feeling the land. I'm feeling the sky. I'm feeling really the water.
You're
I'm
living
the hunting life. Yes.
Right.
I'm feeling it. If you really feel the minute, they tell, right? Small things are only biggest happiness, not the biggest. If you see, even Sushant Singh Rajput, what he said in the end of his story, when I listed down my 50 of my top goals, when I achieved top 10, I felt that these goals once achieved doesn't have any meaning to it.
Right.
He mentioned it very clearly, because your happiness and your life is there only when you are enjoying the minor things. When you enjoy, when you realize that I'm living is the biggest gift. Right now, especially in the COVID situation, I'm living healthy is my biggest gift. I'm happily talking to you is my biggest gift. I'm enjoying this. That's it.
Awesome. Beautiful. In fact, so much insightful, and I hope my viewers have got quite a page of you. You're just a book. You are like many chapters, and people stop going by the cover. You need to go inside the book. There's so much about people. That's what my Be Spoken and Be Heard does. I will bring along people. I want them to speak. They lived a life. They are in the moment, and every question is for them to talk.
Exactly.
So, Satvika, thanks for joining me on Pep Talk. I really felt so good that yes, I have connected to the right person. I was quite doubtful. Will she or will what is she going to talk? Because like I just said, we go by the cover. It is like human tendency. Even though I know it shouldn't go, but I thought, okay, you're a fire officer and this, that, you're into different social media, like doing lots of PRing. Okay, will she talk? Now I got that. No, I'm absolutely a little clear now. I shouldn't go by the cover. Satvika, so any word on Pep Talk? How did you enjoy?
It was really good. I really mean it. The reason why is like, there are many things, many people in current generation where they're not interested in reading or even hearing to the parents or the friends or anyone. But a show like this or a talk like this will help someone or the other at least one point in the complete 1.5 hours or 2 hours, whatever it is. If they're at least listening to 5 minutes, they'll have something called as, why can't we go and talk, or why can't we listen, or why can't we understand? Or maybe something is useful out of it, is what make people understand more. And moreover, I'm very jealous of one thing, that you're sitting there and enjoying the other lives. Like other lives in the sense, others insights which are making our life more, correcting ourselves and making them into a proper shape is what makes us more better person. So this is something very good, and thank you for doing this for everyone, which really means a lot.
My privilege, Satvika. Thanks on the word, and bye-bye, Satvika. Have a great evening and have a great Saturday and weekend. The way you want to enjoy, it's all yours.
Thank you. Even you. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Satvika. Yes, back to you all again. I hope you all enjoyed knowing Satvika, the first Asian woman to, into being into the stereotypical profession called fire and safety, and she's rocking like anything. She's literally marking her name on the fire. Yes, if you agree on that, give me a thumbs up. Yes, there's so much more to talk, but I'll be back again with my pep talk with yet another interesting personality who will be sharing their journey, their accomplishments, their challenges, their hurdles, and above all, they're going to talk about how they made it today, right? Today is very important. The past is past, but today and future is something that they're going to talk about. Well, this is it for now. You all have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend. Keep smiling. And yes, stay tuned to Pep Talk. This is Sudhamai, your communication coach, signing off. Bye bye.